So this footage is 2 weeks after the last video I made from the car when I was going to London. I missed London as I went there. It was like, I miss my home city, hometown, memories, spent all my life there. But it also reminded me how unhappy I was there and why I left. As soon as I entered the city, I saw it was 15 miles and 55 minutes driving time. And it was just reminded me of how we waste our life in that city. I was really kind of like, all those memories of stress were coming back, and I was like, ugh, I want to get out of this place. I packed as much as I could in 2 days, put everything. Actually, a friend of mine, my best friend Dominic, who's in several of my videos, came and helped me, and I also asked one of the guys who does my handyman work to come and help me because I couldn't lift heavy things myself. But what I also realized is that over the years I accumulated so many things that I don't even care about, and it's hundreds of thousands of pounds just wasted. Expensive beds, expensive mattresses, like a bed frame for £2,500, a mattress for £2,500. That's like £5,000 on a bed. It's so stupid. And when I was doing these stupid things, they seemed normal. But it was because I was in London where everyone was talking about, I bought this bed and it's 10,000 and it's one of the best beds in the world and it's so comfortable and blah, blah, blah. So you ended up thinking that if you spend this kind of obscene amounts of money, you're going to get comfort or something. The funny thing is that my bed in the guest room from IKEA, where the mattress was £500 and the bed was, I think, £400 or £500, was far more comfortable than my £5,000 bed and mattress combination. So price doesn't necessarily mean quality. But this time I realized I have so many things in the house. Like every bedroom has a bed and a mattress and side tables and lamps. There are wardrobes that I bought, office furniture, so many things, shelving, stuff that I can never take with me. And I think if I was living in London, maybe if I moved to a different house, I would take it with me. But moving to another country, nah. So when I sell the house, I'm gonna sell all the stuff with it. Just ask them to take it because no one buys anything. I found in my attic that I had, 200 DVDs. Each of them cost between 15 and 20 pounds. That's like £2,500–3,000 of DVDs, and they're worth nothing. It made me realize I wasted so much money on nonsense. But anyway, it's done, and now I've started a new chapter of my life. But all this period was very stressful, and I was in a foul mood because of horrible drivers in the south. I mean, Belgium and Holland, the worst drivers on the planet. And every day I was just in a bad mood, so I thought there's no point making a video when I'm miserable and just moaning and complaining about things. But it's bizarre, as soon as I entered Sweden, I got that amazing feeling that I always used to get, like I've come home. And this time I have actually come home. So I got a little emotional talking about coming home and having my home in Sweden. I just love this place, and I'm really happy that I found my peace. Just that now I have to go back and unload this, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, because when I did it there were 2 people at least, and now it's going to be just me. But now I feel a bit more settled, and I am hopefully back into the swing of things here in Sweden. after not having worked for a year and a half, yeah, I did a lot of things. So it's not like I was sitting around doing nothing, moving to another country, fixing the house, doing a lot of stuff that people don't even think is happening in the background. I did that. So I was extremely busy, but there was no regular routine of waking up at 6 a.m. and going to work, which is a shock to the system now, having to go to bed at 10:30 or 11 o'clock so you can wake up at 6. I love my sleep. So now I am, trying to adjust to this. The good thing is that the people are very nice at the new company, and I have taken a job for an IT services company in Stockholm that provides services to other big Swedish companies, and I have to work at the client site for 2 days or 3 days a week, and the rest of the time I'm in my company office, which is right in the center of Stockholm, and the other company is about 50 kilometers outside of Stockholm. So I'm going to live in the city, and then for the 2 days a week I'll drive out to the client site. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I should tell you the drama that I faced on the first day of work here in Stockholm. We complained about the transport system in London, which is bad, yeah, but there are 10 million people using that transport system. Well, there are 10 million people living in London. I'm not sure if all of them use it, but at least 1 or 2 million use it every day. Here, the population is 1 million, so it's not a lot. Maybe if you include the suburbs of Stockholm, might be 2 million. So I left the house at 7 a.m. thinking I want to be at work at 8 o'clock or 8:15, even though the working hours start at 9. I want to be there a bit early for my first day. Train was going at 200 kilometers an hour, very fast, and I was really happy, thinking, wow, this is good. I'm happy. It's like being in Switzerland. The train came on time, is going really fast, and I'm going to arrive at, 8:03. So I was really happy, and then the train stopped, and it didn't move. And they kept making these announcements in Swedish, half of which I didn't understand, but it sounded like there was an electrical fault. So we were stuck on the train for an hour. And then they said, well, we can't go into the city, so we're going to reverse the train back to the last stop, and then you have to make your own way. So that was an absolute nightmare. I left the house at 7 and I got to work at 10:30. I had to take a bus, just like, I just wanted to cry. Anyway, I got to work. Funny thing was that my boss was also taking the train that morning, so he was stuck, which was a blessing in disguise, because he didn't think I was some flaky guy who didn't turn up to work, although I did send him an email saying I'm going to be late for work and I'm stuck on the train. But that was a disaster. And then I thought, okay, so they had an electrical fault on a train in the morning, that's okay. On the way back, I took the train, and the train got, well, there were so many delays. Then there was an announcement saying that the commuter train's not working, so you should take the intercity train. So I went there, which then again didn't work, and it took us somewhere. Even though the destination said one thing, halfway through it changed the destination, dropped us off in the middle of nowhere. Then I had to take a bus, and the bus broke down somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And once the bus was broken, the driver just opened the doors and told us to get out, and no information. He didn't even speak Swedish or English. Had to take an Uber. Very expensive Uber, 40 kilometers from Stockholm to the suburbs. So that was my first day at work. I left the house at 7 a.m. and got home at 9:30 at night. Amazing transport system in Sweden. Very impressive. Exciting times ahead. I say that sarcastically because I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a new chapter. This is what I wanted, a new life, a new beginning, and I sometimes wonder if I made the wrong decision not leaving London. I wanted to leave London, but maybe I should have moved to Switzerland as I was initially planning instead of moving to Sweden. But now I made a decision. I've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds doing this, and I really have to now stay here for a couple of years and see how it works and whether I enjoy it or not. But I thought I should give you a little update. Thanks for watching. Until the next one.